And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Oh my God. We had a great show lined up. A show where artificial intelligence is going to tell us what our cryptos will be worth in the future. I didn't give you any numbers that I made up on my own. All this is AI. The $300,000 per crypto price is not something I made up. All of this is AI. Okay. So I'm just letting you know. You can claim, oh, hype. Well, then I guess you're calling AI hype then. That's not possible because AI doesn't hype things. So you basically don't know what you're saying. And that's pretty common. If you watch a Crypto Hulk show, oh, man, you're always ahead. But Crypto Hulk, the prices are down right now. I don't care. I'm going to show you what AI is projecting these cryptos to go to. IOTA, $7,700. It's what AI is projecting these cryptos will go to. I have no say in this. So to all the haters, you can go suck a dick. You can go back to your little Twitter spaces. Oh, Crypto Hulk is just hyping up all these coins. Oh, really? Then I guess we're calling ChatGPT. I guess we're calling Grok hype machines. That's the dumbest fucking shit. But the people will be out there saying it. They'll be saying all this dumb shit on their little Twitter spaces while they're so fucking high, they can't even put a sentence together. These people on their Twitter spaces are so drunk they can't even fucking talk. These people on their little Twitter spaces are so fucking desperate, they're sucking weenies. Oh my God. Wayne Williams for the FYT fund, just in case. So Wayne anticipates that YT is going to unplug me from the Matrix. Okay. Let's get into this. My name's just bought some more GPUS crypto, one of Crypto Hulk's favorite stocks that we talk about here. I'm going to tell you what. I started the show 5 minutes early so I can do 5 minutes of bullshit before the show. That's how it works. I'll get on the show early so I can talk dumb shit. Congratulations, everybody that's watching this channel, that has been watching this channel. The day I started talking about GPUS, Hyperscale Data, that's the company. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. The day I started talking about Seals Q, LAES is the ticker. No other channel was discussing. These are going to go from the LAES being like what, $1.70 when we first got into it. Now it's like $8, $9, $10, $11. Oh shit. These are stocks, not cryptos. These are stocks that have gone up 400%. That's why some of the $500 members, these people are millionaires. And I know it. They've got millions in crypto. Millions. Starts with an M, ends with an S. And they're asking me, Crypto Hulk, I've got a good amount of crypto. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you do. You got like $3 million. I think that's pretty good. What would you recommend I get more of? You got gold? Do you got GPUS? Do you got LAES? Do you got WiseKey, which is WKEY? Do you have any of that shit? Well, no. Then I'm like, well, why the fuck you buying more crypto then? You already got $3 million. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. They buy the hyperscale data. Shit goes up 25% after a couple of days, and we're talking about it here on the show. They're like, Crypto Hulk, how the fuck? I'm like, hey, man, this show has got friends in low places. So that's what we do on the show. We talk about up and coming. Hey, look, I can't predict stuff. I don't know where all the stuff ends up. the cryptos we're going to talk about today, it's all AI-driven information. I just simply ask the question and going by what AI tells us. AI does all the calculations. I'll try to do some screenshots and show you some of the calculations. I just ask the questions. So dumb shit people can be like, oh yeah, crypto halts hyping all these coins. I'm showing facts. Show me. Here's what I'd say to the dumbass people. I can never get an answer. So your claim, your premise is that Crypto Hulk hypes coins. Okay. That's your premise. Okay. Now here's my premise. Crypto Hulk shows evidence. What I need you to do is show me where my evidence is wrong. Because you're making an ad hominem statement. He's hyping coins. It's an attack against the person. When you use an ad hominem right from gate, that already shows you've lost. Here's why. An ad hominem is attack against the person. If you've taken any kind of critical thinking, logic course, discussion, how to discuss a point, when you go straight to the ad hominem, it's kind of like, dude, you've lost. An ad hominem is attack against the person. It's a fallacy. It's used in an argument when you have nothing left. These people start off showing us they have nothing by lobbing. That means throwing, lobbing, not lobbying, but lobbing a ad hominem at Crypto Hulk, whether it's on a Twitter space, wherever. They start off with an ad hominem. You've already admitted you lost. The way you started your argument, you just admitted you lost because you're using an ad hominem in the very beginning. Like, come on, that happened. That's supposed to happen at the end when you feel you kind of lost and you got nothing left. Not at the beginning. I'm like, that just screams amateur. What we're gonna do here is show facts. My name is Crypto Hawk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't buy anything and tell you to buy. Don't sell anything and tell you to sell. Before every show, I snort so much cocaine, heroin, LSD, PCP, peyote, Thorazine, any kind of psychedelic drugs, mushrooms, and then I make cocktails. I drink them all throughout the day. I stay high 24/7. I've stayed high 24/7 since the day I made this program. So if you go back and watch old videos and shit up, I'm giving you a future disclaimer for past videos. I'm like the worst financial advice crypto person on the whole internet. Don't listen to a word I say. Everything's a complete lie in the show. My goal is to get you financially destroyed. I don't use any kind of facts in this program at all. I never lie at all in this program. When I was born 55 years ago, my parents named me Crypto Hulk. I think that's about all the truth telling I can tell at this point. We got Ben, 1973. Good morning, Hulk family. Thanks for the GPUS. Ben, I hope very much you get rich. What I'm trying to do, I got the most shadow banned crypto channel on the planet because these people know, about the sage that's on the other side of this camera. Well, I'm on the other side of your camera. But enough of all the BS, Crypto Hulk. Let's get into the money. Crypto Hulk. Well, how are we gonna make the money? Oh, here we go. So we got IOTA. Let me show you their website right here. IOTA. Miota. Rock chair. There's the IOTA website. This is for brand new people. This is a crypto you can buy at Caleb and Brown, I believe. Go to their website. if you look right below the picture, I know it's hard to do, but look below my picture, click on the more button down there. In the description section, it says more. Click on that, it drops down. You'll see silver coins, gold coins. I've only had them for sale for, I don't know, 3-4 years now. Not a big deal. Telling you to diversify, which 99% of you probably have not. Now the gold's at 4,300 an ounce or something like that. You wish you would have bought it when I told you I was doing it back when it's 2,000 an ounce. Crypto Hulk's always ahead. Trying to help you get rich by walking the walk and talking the talk. So we got here IOTA, built to make a difference. Here's their website right here. We're just scrolling through, we're just perusing the IOTA website. IOTA mainnet, IOTA Ethereum virtual machine. It's a layer 2. Oh, nice. Very nice. Staking on IOTA. Oh, now let's look at their partners. It's right here on this page. World Economic Forum. Oh, shit. Trademark Africa. Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. Sounds kind of communist to me. ID Now. Wait ID. Bloom, Kennedy, Musica Perifica. European Commission. University Politecnica de Catalunya. Barcelona Tech. Agro to Circular Ecoids. Okay, that's some of their partners there. The Global Alliance Fair Trade Facilitation. Oh, I'm scrolling down, just kind of perusing. That's our new favorite word today, perusing. I don't know, it's weird. I have an English degree, and sometimes these words just pop out in my head. But when you spend years, and I've forgotten most all the stuff I've learned in English, but sometimes just stuff pops out. Where did that word come from? It like wants me to relearn us, study your old workbooks again and relearn all your 16th and 17th century British lit. Okay, so there's your IOTA website. Algorand is another crypto. Let me click out of that. I don't have their website. IOTA. Now, there's an article here. Let's start off with this article. Gleef. Let me do a copy paste. I want to show you about IOTA. This. Finally, IOTA is coming to life. Let's find out what is going on with IOTA. When I first got into crypto, IOTA was like the thing. There's Gleef, Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation. Gleef. Gleef and IOTA partner on digitalization of global trade. We're going to go over this article. We're going to go over this article because this is where the artificial intelligence uses this article and some others we're going to go over. I inputted this article, gave the AI some search parameters, and we came out with a $7,780, whatever it is, IOTA. Okay. What is going on with IOTA these days? Well, here's the article that set off everything here. It's called the Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation. Look, when you got crypto and there's all this trading that goes on, look, crypto has not even taken off yet. Brand new people, I'm talking to you. Forget everything you've learned. Unplug that USB drive you have called life and plug in the Crypto Hulk one, okay? Because now you're going to have to get unfucked from all that learning and shit you've done from some of these channels. I don't care anything about prices right now of crypto. The only thing that's important, if it's cheap, buy the fuck out of it. And when it goes up, sell that shit, okay? That's basically how we're running shit today. We are not in real world use case yet. We're showing you, I am showing you right now, GLEAF, Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation, has collaborated with IOTA Foundation to explore how standardized organizational digital ID can enable instant, verifiable, on-chain trust for business global across global supply chains. IOTA is a distributed ledger infrastructure. IOTA is designed to support scalable digital trust applications, including smart contracts, decentralized identity standards, and a sustainable incentive-based architecture. The collaboration between IOTA and this GLEAB, Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation, the collaboration will focus on, where you read specifically, let's go with, the collaboration will focus on enabling the digitization of global trade by increasing interoperability and inclusion. What we're seeing here is global trade and digital ID identifying people. Look, you are not going, some people are like, yeah, I don't want to do this because I want to stay below the radar. That shit is so fucking stupid. You're in crypto, you know there's a ledger, and you're going to pretend like no one's going to see what the fuck you're doing. You're on planet Uranus, so come back to Earth, okay? Come back to Earth because we need you here. If not, give me your crypto, because you're not going to be able to use it anyway because you don't have the crypto Hulk lawyer. The government's going to basically write you out. You'll find out later. You'll find out. Specifically, this IOTA GLEAF relationship will explore how capabilities of the legal entity identifier and verifier, which provide global, interoperable, standardized identity, global identity. This is where it's all going, everybody. You're not going to hide. I just want you to know so you can forget about the fairy tales and the Easter Bunny and shit like that. You're not going to hide. The system, I've only been telling you now 5 years. I know it's not a long time on these free shows and shit. I've been doing 5.5 years now. You're not going to hide. This is a slave system. You're going to be a slave on the plantation called planet Earth. That's how this works. You're going to have global, interoperable, standardized ID. Global identification. Are you seeing this? I hope you are. You don't have to believe it. It's still going to happen whether you believe it or not. You can close your ears and shut your mouth and be like, I want to go back to Kansas. Like, it don't matter. You can have whatever kind of mental issues when you're a child and all the abuse and stuff. This shit's still going to happen. What you have to do is watch Crypto Hulk show and be positioned to be ready mentally. And sometimes maybe we can do some things by getting the Crypto Hulk lawyer or whatever to protect your crypto so that when this global identity shit comes out, oh, your crypto's already in a protected space. We can't touch that because that's pre-crypto law protection. Oh, you see, the $2 million of crypto you have here, that's now ours. Our government made these laws and your crypto wasn't protected. So now we're going to take your crypto because under subsection of 11357, section C and D, according to the United States Code. Oh, shit, I lost all my crypto. Yeah, because you didn't get it protected. But hey, that's okay. You were able to buy all that extra crypto for nothing, okay? That's how this works. Just letting you know, years ahead of time. So it can be used to enhance trust, transparency, and data integrity within the IOTA and the Trade Worldwide Information Network. Oh, shit. It's called TWIN. Trade Worldwide Information Network. It's called TWIN. It's a decentralized trade infrastructure built on IOTA. Oh, shit. Do you see where this is going with IOTA? World Infrastructure Trade Identification. It identifies corporations on the trading platform. Oh, shit. That's why it's going to be $7,700. It can be used to enhance trust. Trade TWIN is a decentralized trade infrastructure built on IOTA that enables real-time, verifiable data sharing across borders. Commenting on the collaboration, Alexander Keck, CEO of Gleef, says Gleef and the IOTA Foundation. We're talking about global trade, everybody. There is a crypto called IOTA that they're discussing and they're using and they're implementing into global trade. I just thought I'd let you know that years in advance, okay? So when this crypto's at $7,700, you know what the dumbasses are going to say? Oh, they just got lucky on that one. I will let that one pass. I'm not supposed to make fun of retarded people. Gleef and the IOTA Foundation share a common belief that organizational identity and verification is key to making global trade more efficient, transparent, and inclusive. That's how they're getting control over every company, every trade. They're going to know everything that goes on. See, on the internet, if you look at the blockchain, all you see is like a bunch. I won't see a bunch of anything. I'll see a bunch of Chinese characters, and I don't know what the fuck that shit is. What IOTA is about to do is to make it to where when you see trade going on, okay, now there's IBM and there's John Q. Public and there's Crypto Hulk. Oh shit, he bought 3 Lambos this month. But what it's going to do is link up IDs with transactions. Oh shit, they're going to be able to track everything. Everything. I'm just showing you right here. IOTA is what they're building on. They're telling us. So later, when it's worth $7,700, the dummies, when they say, "Oh, that was just luck," yeah, you somehow got lucky on that one. No, it's called studying, dumbass. Something you don't do, and that you should have done. You should have been watching Crypto Hulk when he was breaking down IOTA, dumbass. And you're gonna say, "No, let me continue." Initial proof of concept integrations will investigate how organizations can establish their digital identity. Everything will be exposed on a ledger. That's how the government tracks everything, okay? You're not going to be hiding. Right now, you may be living under the radar and whatever kind of shit you want to say. That shit's going to be over. The future has no place for people that are not online, and I'm sorry, and that's our world as we live it. And let's do this though. Let's learn what's going to happen so we can position ourselves. See, that's why we learn what's going to happen. We know that all this government control shit's coming. I'm showing in the article right now. That's why I have the law firm. So we can protect. So you're not out there swimming. You're not out there skinny dipping, because if somebody pulls the plug on the pool or whatever it is, the lake, once the water disappears, your people are going to catch you off guard. You know what I mean? You got your beaver hanging out. So what we want to do is realize what cryptos are going to be in charge of what. Now, some of these cryptos we'll invest in. Some of these things, like the Crypto Hulk lawyer, will get protected from. It would make no sense for you to watch my show all these years, not have your crypto protected by the crypto hog lawyer, and then just fucking get yourself booty raped at the end. That would be the dumbest fucking shit, okay? That's what I'm showing you right here. They're going to have it all digital ID. Everything, if your shit's protected, see what the crypto hawk lawyer does is hide. There's layers. I don't say that they hide stuff. That would be, but I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the right words. So they layer and position your investments, crypto, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it. So let's just call it a whatever. They position it to where just not anybody can see it. Now, that just happens to be the government as well. That's what we're trying to do here. I want to hide things. And like if there's a bunch of problems, you hide until you can look around and you can find out what do we do next. That's what I'm doing through the Crypto Hulk Lawyer. I'm going to have everything locked up and hidden. And after these laws are made and this and that, and everybody gets fucking wrecked unless they see the Crypto Hulk Lawyer, then me and the rest of you that still have our crypto all protected, we'll figure out the next step on what we do. Key real-world applications include simplifying complex and fragmented supply chains. Enabling IOTA will enable cross-border payments and support universal access to trade finance. Dominic says by integrating, they're going to deliver verifiable organizational identities directly into supply chain processes. This will help streamline friction. Okay, now let's get into, let me check some comments. Now we'll get into the deep dive, but I'm going to... Okay. Let me look. Now we've got the ISDA. How much time do we got? I got to budget my time correctly. Let me just click out of some stuff. Okay, now we have a little deep dive for IOTA. And I'll show you how I got this information. I got this article, and it talks about Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation. Then you have IOTA. They're both working together on global trade and identifying who's doing what, okay? This will not be an anonymous world. This will be a world where they can identify everything, okay? There's the IOTA Foundation is going to explore using distributed ledger technology for creating verifiable digital identities in global supply chains. They're going to look at supply chains and identify everything and know what package is where and who's it with and how much they paid and what is it and all these things. This could enhance trust, transparency, and efficiency in cross-border trade through tools like Trade Worldwide Information, called Twin, a decentralized platform. So now they have a platform. The Gleef and IOTA build a platform. It's called Twin. And I'm sure you can layer the IOTA platform on top of that, or you put that on top of the IOTA platform, and which then goes on top of the ledger. I don't know how that works. I'm not a tech person. I'm just showing you opportunities here if you want to make money. It's a decentralized platform built on IOTA. Okay, so this Twin platform goes on top of IOTA, which then goes on top of who knows what, but eventually on top of the XRP ledger. This twin platform, it's a proof of concept staged focus on interoperability, but if successful and widely adopted, it positions IOTA, here we go, as a key player in digitizing global trade processes. I wanted to sound English. What we got going on is this. There's a foundation called Global Legal Identifier Foundation. It's GLEAF. They're working with a crypto company, and only one crypto company called IOTA. They've made a platform. IOTA helped them design a platform. It's called Twin, Trade Worldwide Information Network. Twin is this platform. It's a decentralized platform built on IOTA. There's probably going to be a crypto token along with it, okay? I don't know. It might just be the platform. Maybe they'll use the actual IOTA token itself. These are all things I don't know. But the fact is, IOTA is going to be used, if successful and widely adopted. It positions IOTA as a key player in digitizing global trade processes. Oh, shit. Now, the AI gets into global trade right now is at $33 trillion, according to the UNCTAD, World Trade Organization data. By 2025, the world trade will be up to 34 to 35 trillion, first half of this year. We're already on the second half of this year. Projections for 2030, so we're talking 4 years from now, they're saying global trade is going to be at about $45 trillion. So now we're coming up with how much money is going to be running on this ledger. And then what the AI will do is then project a price. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. There's no hocus pocus. We're not doing inverted Fibonacci, double iron, upside down crosses, or whatever fucking you guys talk about. And then the flux capacitor. Don't forget to throw in the flux capacitor. And then make sure Dr. Marty McFly examines it. What we got going on is we think it's going to be the economic trade situation be at 50 trillion. Then if you take the IOTA tokens and work it in to real world trade, actually they're saying it could hit, if the world trade hits, see, these are ifs, okay? So we're not doing hocus pocus hype. We're reporting what would the price be if world global trade hits 45 trillion, not even 50 trillion yet, but 45 trillion. That would mean a $9,700 IOTA, $10,000. If we hit a $45 trillion trade, okay, using we're talking high end, the higher end of 45 trillion in global trade, we're looking at $9,783 per IOTA. Now they're also talking about if velocity is higher, price could be about $1,000. This doesn't account for IOTA's mild inflation or real world factors like only a position. So we're getting into some of these things. So basically, they're looking at about $10,000 for IOTA around 2030. Okay. So you're picking it up now. How much is IOTA? Let me look back, because I know Mr. OG is going nuts out there posting all these prices. IOTA, 15 cents. Oh, shit. Now, from what I was looking at here, worst case scenario is $1,000. Okay. So best case scenario is 10,000. So that is where the AI is trying to figure out a price. And then like partial. So let's say, because there's no guarantee that IOTA will be used. They're talking about partial adoption which meaning this whole IOTA project is kind of used a little bit, this and that, it would be at $100. So what we have is, if it's partially used, it's going to be about 100. If it works and IOTA works brilliantly through it, then you're looking at $10,000. So there's quite a variety of price that this thing could hit. Okay. The global trade value is projected to reach 41 trillion by 2030, based on moderate growth assumptions. Accounting for IOTA's inflationary model, they have 280 million new tokens minted annually, leading to an inflation of 6%. The supply could be at 5.3 billion by then. Who knows if they can burn them up also? We don't know. This is highly hypothetical. Actual prices would depend on real adoption, competition, etc. Okay? It says here, full real-world adoption. So here we go. Full real-world adoption, speculation price, let's assume IOTA handles global trade like it's designed to, with low velocity. The price, theoretically, this is according to AI, not me, could reach about $7,700 per IOTA by the year 2030. Oh, shit. Okay, so there you have that. Trevor Stewart, I believe that might be. Thank you very much for that. Tax-free donation. That's what I like here, tax-free donations. The government doesn't have to give that money to greedy, useless. Whiskey's up 45%, Hulk. That means it's time to sell. I'll buy it back when it's down 30%. Okay, that's IOTA. IOTA. Let's go with Ripple and Algorand. Oh, shit. Let's take a little looky here. I got 23 minutes. I got to keep an eye on that clock. Crypto Hulk. How high is Algorand going to get? Not as high as Crypto Hulk stays on the daily, but it's going to get pretty high. Now, what we have here is the ISDA, the International Swaps and Derivatives Association. This is so huge, everybody. This is over $1 quadrillion. You've heard of the market cap right now for crypto is $4 trillion. What I'm going to talk to you about right now is a crypto market that is $1.2 quadrillion. Oh, shit. You know that little $4 trillion crypto market cap? This ain't nothing. Multiply that by 25 times or more, 250 times. We're talking about the ISDA, International Swaps and Derivatives Association. Now, there's a company called Tokenovate, and they launched a task force to accelerate the operationalism of CDM, Common Domain Model. The initiative comes in response to growing market demands for standardized, interoperable post-trade processing. Let's stop. The world of derivatives, the $1.2 quadrillion world that makes our crypto market look like $4, like it's worth $4. The biggest of the big trading companies globally, they want a standardized, interoperable post-trade processing system. It's going to be Ripple and Algorand. Oh, God, this stuff's going to be so expensive. They're looking for it now. They're looking for a crypto platform to run on. that is probably going to integrate different crypto technologies to control the world's derivatives trading. Oh shit, Crypto Hulk. You thought the IOTA story was big at $7,700. Oh, now we're going to move up to the big leagues where XRP can be anywhere from $88,000 to $300,000. Oh shit. Right here. Oh, by the way, we're talking about the international swaps and derivatives. Brand new people. Let me show you something here. There's a crypto. Let me share this article here. Look at the title of this article. It's going to give you goosebumps. Ripple and the ISDA are set. Now, this is in January of this year. Getting close to being a year ago. What is this article titled? Ripple. Ripple. Can you say Ripple? People that doubt XRP and Ripple and all that, I want you to read this. Ripple and the ISDA. You know, they're in charge of the $1.2 quadrillion derivatives market. Ripple's their partner. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. Yeah. That's how Ripple's going to end up being $88,000 to $300,000. Oh, fuck. But Crypto Hulk, why is it only this price? Why don't we read the article? Why don't we see where it's going? I don't care about what's going on right now. Do we have crypto laws right now? No, we don't. Do we have real world use case right now of cryptos? No, we don't. And I could keep, no, we don't, no, we don't, no, we don't, no, we don't, over and over. We don't have shit right now happening that we can see. There's a thing called private ledgers that we can't see. There's a thing called dark pools where they're buying and selling cryptos at prices we don't even know what they are. Oh, shit. This is why we watch Crypto Hulk Show. You got Ripple and the ISDA. They are going to begin facilitating the $1.2 quadrillion derivatives market. Ripple's membership in the ISDA and its strategic partners with BlackRock, JP Morgan. Stop for a minute. Are you even fucking listening to what I'm saying? No, you're not. All you're worried about is the prices right now. Okay, let me break it down to people that are slow. We've got, in January, Ripple joined with the biggest fucking world international swaps and derivatives association in the entire world. It makes our current crypto market cap worthless. 4 trillion ain't shit compared to 1.2 quadrillion. It's literally like $4 in value. Or less. If you had $1.2 quadrillion in a pile, and if you had $4 trillion in a pile, that $4 trillion would look like $4. Okay? It would look like nothing. Ripple is a membership. Ripple has a membership in this. And guess who's also involved? BlackRock, the world's biggest investment company, is involved in this. And you know who else is? JP Morgan, the world's most systemically important bank. Let me ask you a question. Before I answer your question about why is Ripple only like $2.40 right now, why don't you explain to me why Ripple Ripple and let's call it Algorand are the only members of the ISDA, no other crypto. So explain that one. Why is Ripple and Algorand the only members of this ISDA and no other crypto? How is Ripple in there with BlackRock and JP Morgan, the world's biggest trading investment company and the world's most? How is Ripple in there? Now, You answer that question first, and then we can talk about why is crypto only $2.40. And the answer is you don't have the fucking answer, and neither do I. That's the answer. Now, what do I do? When I'm betting, when I'm looking at investing in something, I'm looking at who are the partnerships in this crypto. If I look at, should I get Ripple? I look at, okay, fuck, Ripple's a membership of the world's biggest derivatives market, 1.2 quadrillion, fuck. And then I look at their partners with BlackRock and JP Morgan, who's also in this. I think I need to invest in that crypto called Ripple. That's just like the common sense part of me talking, okay? I don't know a whole lot, but it sure fucking looks like to me there's a crypto named Ripple mixed up with BlackRock and JP Morgan in a 1.2, and they're going to begin facilitating a $1.2 quadrillion market. Holy shit. I mean, look, I don't care what these cryptos cost. What I do is I look at what the fuck is going on. They're beginning to facilitate some 1.2 quadrillion huge fucking derivatives market. And I see three names here: Ripple, BlackRock, and JP Morgan. To me, I'm not an investor, but to me, the common sense says invest in any of those three. Some of you are still kind of like, well, it still doesn't explain. And those people, I can't help. I can't help you. You're like one of those, and I can't make fun of retarded people, but I can't help you. Ripple has joined. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see any other cryptos listed here. Ripple has joined the prestigious International Swaps and Derivatives Association alongside BlackRock and JP Morgan. Oh, shit. This strategic partnership positions XRP to facilitate the $1.2 quadrillion derivatives market. But Crypto Hawk, wait a second. Bitcoin is dealing with the $4 trillion. Okay, look, let's stop. So I don't get distracted by dumb shit. If Bitcoin and all these Ethereums, if all these other cryptos were so good, then why aren't they here? I don't have the answers to all these. I'm just showing you. I'm not the answer guy. I am the investigation guy. And I'm showing you Ripple is there with BlackRock and JP Morgan facilitating a $1.2 quadrillion derivatives market. I'm not seeing the other cryptos. I'm sorry. I don't know where they're at. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going by what I'm seeing right here. That's how I do, okay? I think I will leave this article where it's at right here. Now, let me look at, so we got the IOTA one done. Here's the deep dive on Algorand. Let me look. Here's an article. I'm not going to go over this article. I'm just going to show you it due to time restraints. I got 10 minutes. Here's an article on Ledger Insights. It talks about crypto assets get spotlight at Derivatives Association on ISDA's AGM. Crypto assets were a key topic last week's AGM for Derivatives Trade Association. Key topics covered include ISDA's work on standards for crypto assets and regulation of both crypto firms and traditional financial institutions. Numerous cryptocurrency firms are now ISDA members. So here's the ISDA members I was talking about. Got Algorand, B2C2, Coinbase is involved, Consensus. Oh, now wait a second. How would Consensus fit into all this? You ever heard of Linea, whatever you want to call it, Linea? Consensus has that. That's a crypto I'm heavily into. Elwood Technologies, FTX, USA. Of course, they're, I think, bankrupt. And then OKCoin. This article here is dated 3 years ago. Oh, shit. So here we have a list of some. The ISDA doesn't really put out a list of all their crypto companies they're working with. So here's a list here. We already know Ripple. We read that article. But now we got Algorand, B2C2, Coinbase, Consensus. That'll be with Linea right now. Elwood Technologies and OKCoin. So there you have that evidence. Now what we have here is an article about Linea. Lina. I don't know how. I just call it Linea, like a girl's name or something. Okay, right here. Here's your article on how Linea became the go-to layer 2 for Swift and its token MetaMask's $30 million rewards pick. Linea is a ZK Ethereum virtual machine, layer 2 on Ethereum, designed for speed security. Now, here's the Swift connection with Consensus. We know Consensus is working with the, right here, Swift. Look at the first bullet point. Swift, the global banking cooperative that connects over 11,000 financial institutions, confirmed it's prototyping a new settlement ledger with Consensus. So we were talking about the ISDA, talking about Consensus working with the ISDA, and looky what Consensus just happens to have, something called Linea, a ZK EVM layer 2 that is working with Consensus. Joseph Lubin revealed that this ledger will be built on Linea. So now we see Swift is involved with Consensus that has the crypto Linea, which is working with the ISDA, which is Ripple. Ripple's working with them. Now let's look at the deep dive that I did and how we come up with these crypto prices. Based on the current estimates, the global derivatives market has a nominative value of $1.2 quadrillion. Now that was in 2023 to 2024. Where do we get this figure from? This figure comes from the Bank of International Settlements, ISDA reports, and broader market analyses, where over-the-counter transactions alone is around 700 trillion. But total notional exceeds 1 quadrillion when included exchange traded. Now, if we're talking what in 2030, what is it going to look like? Okay, right now it's 1.2 quadrillion. They're talking about an 8% each year increase in the value of the derivatives market. This year it's 1.2. Next year 1.32. In 2027, 1.5 quadrillion roughly. 2028, 1.6 quadrillion. 29, 1.8 quadrillion. In the year 2030, we should have roughly, now these are just projections, no magic, no hocus pocus. This is AI coming up with these, not me. They're showing the world derivatives market could be $2 quadrillion, double what it is right now. That's a projected notional value. Okay, it's just something they're coming up with, and there's nobody manipulating numbers. I'm not trying to pump a crypto here. I don't make any money off of any of these cryptos. I'm just showing you what AI is showing me. Now we're looking at a highly speculative Algorand. Okay, so we're just kind of going with it, assuming Algorand is chosen. Assuming Algorand is selected as the primary blockchain for ISDA. Now, it's going to be working with Ripple, Consensus, which is Linnea, and Algorand, some others. Again, we're speculating. The AI is telling you it's speculating. If Algorand is the one, let's say it's not, then you take the price that it is and maybe divide it by 5 or whatever. But I'm just showing you if is the primary blockchain for ISDA, and that includes for tokenization and settling and recording contracts, we can speculate that the ALGO token price needs to facilitate transactions. Now, this is purely hypothetical and based on crypto economic models. Real-world adoption would depend on factors like regulations, technology integration, and competition. Just letting everybody know. We're studying this. This is not some hocus pocus thing. We're looking at what if it is the only one. And if it's not, that's okay. We're just talking about what if. We don't know. Maybe Algorand could be. See, that's what I'm saying. We are in an area where I can't tell you. What I can do is show you what it could be if Algorand is actually the one chosen for the ISDA, okay? Assuming we have a $2 quadrillion market for derivatives 4 years from now, which AI is showing us is very likely, we're talking about the total value for the year will be the 2 quadrillion. M equals token supply of 10 billion ALGO. V equals velocity. How many times each token is used? The rearranged price, it's P equals Q divided by V divided by M. It's a high speculative velocity. Market cap equals Q divided by V equals 4 quadrillion. I can't read his number. Yeah, 4 quadrillion divided by 2 equals 2 quadrillion. Price per algo is $200,000. That's what they're saying. This $200,000 price assumes Algorand becomes the backbone for the derivatives facilitation, driving massive demand for Algorand to secure the network via its proof of stake and pay minimal fees. In reality, only a fraction of the market might be captured. So letting you know that best case, 200,000, okay? And they're saying, what if, they don't know, we don't know right now what crypto is going to take it. But we know that right now, Algorand's a part of that ISDA. Maybe you take, I have no idea. I'm just going with simple math that you'd write on the back of a napkin or something. What if you got 5 cryptos running it? Then maybe Algorand becomes worth 50,000 or 40,000. Still better than, what is it now? 15 cents. Okay. So let's say Crypto Hulk is totally, and it's not me off. I don't know how much it'll be. Let's say it's $1,000. Fuck, there you go. It's better than having 15 cents worth, right? Or 8 cents, whatever Algorand's worth. So what I'm showing you is speculation if Algorand becomes the platform for the ISDA. Now, XRP. All that same articles that we read. Let's go with XRP. How much time do I got? 2-3 minutes? I got 1 minute. Okay, I can do it. We're talking about the derivatives market again. Right now it's 1.2 quadrillion. According to this math here, you start with 1.2 quadrillion. They talk about the increase each year of the market. They're showing some math. Future value equals present value times 1 plus CAGR in years. And you plug in some mathematical formula here. And they say that the market should be about 1.7 quadrillion for derivatives. Annual transaction volume, 8 quadrillion. Let me show this little video. I'm going to have to make this video here just so you can see how they're doing the math. Okay. Let me load this. Okay. I made the video so at least you can see the math and how Grok's coming up with this. In this scenario, assume XRP is the primary token facilitating all transactions in the derivatives market. The token's price would need to support the liquidity for this volume. And it shows some of these mathematical formulas, which I can't make sense of. Annual transaction volume is the total value XRP needs to handle an $8 quadrillion. Velocity is how many times each XRP token is used per year. Circulating supply of 100 billion, they could chop it down to 50 billion. They could burn up, just like Stellar burned up half. XRP, Ripple could do the same thing. They have a price calculator here. 8 quadrillion divided by 1 times 10 to the 4th is around $88,000 XRP. This, under high speculative setup, XRP would need to reach $88,000 to facilitate the full transaction volume. This assumes 100% market capture. Unrealistic, but they're going with whatever's statistically possible. So it is possible. And ignores factors like netting or regulatory hurdles. If we amp it up further, the price could exceed $300,000. That is coming to you straight from AI. It's not hype. It's not a YouTuber or somebody. This is coming straight out of AI. I just simply read to you. I did a search. I gave AI the articles and asked the questions. Where do you think the price of this would have to be if it did what it's supposed to do? These are the prices that are coming out for XRP: $88,000 to $300,000. So there you have it. Brand new people, I made this video for you. You'll be watching it in about 1 to 2 hours. And this show is now going to go to the $5 people per month, and then the free show after that. What we have is I'm showing you what the future very well could be. Let's take those numbers. Shit, even if we get 1% of that, bitch. Let's say we get 1/3 of a percent. If XRP at 300,000, if you get 1% of that's $3,000. Shit, I'll take 1/3 of that. I'll take $1,000 XRP. See what I'm talking about? It's like, these are numbers that I'm showing you. Best case scenario. Everything works out great. Everybody gets a paycheck and a nice house and a nice little Corvette in a driveway and shit. Okay. If it does 1% of that, awesome. What's 1% of $88,000? 10% would be 8,000. So it'd be around what? $800-900 for an XRP. Pretty fucking nice. Okay. We're talking 1%. If it just does 1%. So those are big numbers. Let's just say it does 1% of that. The Algorand doesn't hit 200,000. It does 1%. What is that? $2,000 for an Algorand. Oh, shit. See what I mean? It still don't matter. We're still fucking rich. So I don't know how accurate those numbers are. Let's just say they're not accurate. Okay, great. If it just does 1%, everybody's still rich like crazy. My name is Crypto Hulk. That'll wrap it up for this particular program here. If I could make a PM show today, it'll be about 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific.